Here with world-class trainer Kevin Cunningham, trainer of former 140-pound champion Devon Alexander. Going to be going for his first welterweight title September the 8th against Randall Bailey. Kevin, yeah, we'll get Devon going, a little warm-up in the background, but you know, fight's still a few weeks away, about 5 weeks away. How's training going so far?
Training's going great. You know, we're right on schedule. You know, and everything's going great.
You didn't really expect this fight to come out the way it did. Randall Bailey, after he won the welterweight title, decided to call you guys out, saying he wanted that fight for a long time, and kind of surprised for everybody.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad he did, you know, come out and say he's always wanted to fight Devon. So, he made it known that this is somebody he's always wanted to fight. So, you know, once we heard about it, we said let's make it happen. So, I'm thankful that it happened, you know, and Randall's he's the champ, he stepped up to the plate. Now let's make it happen.
There's been some talk going back and forth between, especially up on FightHype. There's been a lot of talk back and forth between Camp Alexander, Camp Bailey. Is there any true animosity there, or is it, you know, hyping up the fight? Is there any ill feelings towards Randall Bailey, or is there starting to become some?
No, there ain't no ill feelings there. It ain't personal, man. We just hyping up the fight, you know. Randall's always been a dangerous fighter, one of the biggest punchers in the game, and you know, you got to respect that. So, you know, he's won a world title after, like, you know, being in the pros for 15, 16 years, and to win a world title in the 16th year of your pro career, you got to respect that. So, you know, just much respect there. You know, he's got a damn good trainer. So, you know, ain't nothing but respect. But you know, we confident in what we doing over here, and you know, he's confident. Evidently, he's confident in what he does. So, you know, ain't nothing wrong with talking the fight up, because I mean, hey, you know, if you don't make no noise and hype the fight up, who's gonna want to see it? So, you know, that's all it is. You know, it's just hyping up the fight. It ain't personal. But you know, like I said, we're gonna get that button on September 8th.
Now, there was some talk. The fight initially was supposed to take place in St. Louis. Richard Schaefer came out and said it would be in St. Louis, and Bailey that was the one thing he was a sticking point. Would not fight in St. Louis. So, it's just announced last week, Memphis is the place it's going to be at. I know you've been to Memphis before when Corey Spinks fought Jermaine Taylor. Has Devon ever fought in Memphis, or is that?
No, Devon's never fought in Memphis. But you know, it's all good. Like I said, we fight him anywhere. You know, like I said in interviews before, we fight him on Mars if we have to. You know, we just want the opportunity to fight for the world title. So, and you know, so the fight's in Memphis. I think it's a great city, perfect neutral location, and you know, we'll meet him in Memphis.
Still close enough for St. Louis fans to come out and support Devon as well.
Yeah, so it's all good.
Now, been a lot of things going on. You know, Golden Boy, Top Rank, HBO, Showtime. Another big fight on that night too. Andre Ward, Chad Dawson. What was your first reaction when they told you September the 8th?
I mean, hey, you know, I mean, all we can do is be thankful we're getting dates. So, I mean, it doesn't matter to me what date it is. I mean, yeah, you know, we're going up against, you know, HBO and Ward Dawson. You know, the only thing with that is we're real close with Andre Ward, so we wish we could have been somewhere watching him, cheering him on. But you know, we'll take care of business, and hopefully, you know, we get a chance to check him out, take care of his business, and you know, go from there.
You were in Cincinnati. You were working Adrian Broner's corner on the 21st for his fight with Escobedo. You were there for all of that craziness that went on. I know you got in the morning of the way into Cincinnati. Talk about what was that all about? What was that like? You were kind of behind the scenes. I know you can't get too much into it, but just talk about the craziness that goes on when something like that happens and people don't understand what goes on behind the scenes.
I mean, basically, I think it was, you know, more made out of it than what it should have been. I mean, because that's not the first time that a fighter had to make weight. You know what I'm saying? So, you could say it was crazy, but I mean, the crazy part about it was more so was the Escobedo camp deciding on whether or not they was going to take the fight or not. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what the, all the waiting was all about, once they, the back and forth, going back and forth from whether you're going to take the fight or you're not going to take the fight, and, that was, the craziness of it all, because, waiting to see if the fight was actually going to happen. So, but like I said, that's not the first time that a fighter hasn't made weight, and it won't be the last.
Now, before you, right after the Maidana fight, you signed, Team Alexander, I should say, signed with Al Heyman. A guy like Al Heyman, nobody sees his face. Very few people have seen him before, but at the same time, everybody knows his name. He's the guy that gets the fighters paid. He's the guy that gets dates. How important was that, and why did you make that move to not only get with Golden Boy, but also to add Al Heyman to the team?
Well, I mean, you always want to collaborate with good people, and I mean, Devon's one of the top fighters in the game right now, and Al is probably the best advisor in the game right now. So thought it was a good, would be a perfect partnership, and so far so good.
I know you're not trying to look too far ahead here for the future. Devon's name's been thrown out there as a potential comeback for Floyd Mayweather. Should he get past Randall Bailey on September the 8th? What are your thoughts on a potential fight like that?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at September the 8th. That's the only thing I see right now. The only thing I'm worried about right now is September the 8th, Randall Bailey. Once we take care of that, then I'll look down the road. But until then, I ain't thinking about nothing but Randall Bailey.
Too many people looking ahead, huh?
Yeah. I'm not the one to get caught up looking past somebody, especially not somebody that can punch like Randall Bailey. You got to be focused, and he, he's real. So you got to deal with that, take care of that, and deal with whatever's after that.
What did you think of his performance against Mike Jones?
Well, I thought Mike Jones, he grazed Mike Jones with the right hand early, and that spooked Mike Jones for the rest of the fight. And Randall was basically chasing him around like the boogeyman. Don't let me catch you with the right hand. And he eventually caught him with it. So, in a nutshell, Mike Jones pretty much, was spooked from the first time he was grazed with the right hand, and eventually got touched, and I guess got caught and was out. But that's what happens when you are focused on you're so focused on what your opponent's doing, and you don't execute what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
September the 8th?
Big difference. Devon and Mike Jones are two totally different fighters. So it'll be a big difference on September 8th.
September the 8th, we'll see it live on Showtime. Devon Alexander, Randall Bailey, IBF welterweight title. Kevin, any final thoughts? Any final things you want to say to the fans?
Just tune in September the 8th, Showtime. It's going to be an action-packed fight, and it's going to be a war.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.